I'm Nora, and these are my notes on thoughtfulness in a time of technology. A few months or so ago, it was my little brother. Well, that's a stretch. He's only a year younger than me. That's for context. You'll see in a minute. It was my little brother's best friend's birthday, and he had been invited to the boys' party. Super nice family, great friends. 7 years he was friends with my brother. Has known us since we moved in the neighborhood, family friend. My brother's first friend while we were in this current house that we have today. You get my point. Well, I walked into my brother's room, the classic sibling just walking into their room because and like leaving the door open or flicking off a light just because I can do it and I want to. I saw him with a folded piece of paper next to him, some colored pencils scattered around, and a computer up next to him. He was making a homemade card for this really good friend of his with ChatGPT open beside him. You want to know the prompt? You want to know the prompt for this card that he was going to make his best friend of 7 years? Write me birthday card note for best friend. He didn't even bother to use proper grammar. What I'm getting across here won't be an AI rant. I'll do plenty in the future because I hate AI. But that's, save your breath. That'll be later. But I am getting at what happened to thoughtfulness? As in writing about good memories or inside jokes that you have with this person, or even the classic 10 reasons why you're amazing for your 10th birthday, right? Classic. We all got cards like that. Or, I don't know, your name. N, nice. O, outstanding. R, I don't know. What happened to those kinds of cards? The genuine wishes. The ones with drawings on the front. The ones where you follow those like crappy YouTube tutorials on how to make a pop-up, fold, flip, stretch card. If I was my brother's friend, I would actually be irritated. Seriously. You can't write something nice about someone that you've known for 7 years. You actually hung out with him on a regular basis. Nearly every day, seeing each other at school, weekends, sports. You can't write something genuine and nice and thoughtful about this person. You need AI who doesn't know your friend. I'm not coming after my brother. I kind of am. But to me, it's thoughtless. Did I specifically title this section so I could brag about the fact that I have a microscope just laying around? Well, yeah. Okay. Shut up. I'll start with a definition of what it means to be thoughtless. Someone who is inconsiderate, lacks concern for others' feelings, or an action done carelessly and without forethought. Scrolling on TikTok, as one does, and I come across a girl from my school whom I follow, and she posted a sad TikTok, as one does, about a family situation that I won't be going into detail about. I don't know this girl that well. We've maybe said hi once or twice. She's one of those like loyal story likers for me, so I adore her for that. But I felt really awful for her. So I commented that I was there for her, and if she wanted to talk, I was there if she needed anyone to just hear her. Later, I saw this girl's widely known good friend comment the three letters, H, F, Y. Now, I am the very last year of Gen Z. Please don't group me in with Gen Alpha. I'm the very last year of Gen Z, okay? So I'd like to think I know most, if not like all of the lingo, okay? SMH. But I didn't know what that meant at all. Like, actually,
I had to look it.
Yeah, I had no clue. None, literally. Turns out it's here for you. Can I tell you why that rubbed me the wrong way? Can I tell you why it rubbed me the wrong way? Okay, well, I'm going to anyway. It's my video. It seems so disingenuous and unintentional. Very fast, obviously abbreviated. After your friend lets down a wall like that, after they're so vulnerable, especially on a place like the internet, that's when you choose to use a shortcut. I could be reading way too far into it. That's extremely likely. And it's the difference between 3 letters and 3 words, but do you get my point? Are you really going to be there for her if you can't be there in her comments for more than 3 letters? You couldn't even care enough to write out 3 words. My second and last example are those videos you see on TikTok or Instagram or whatever platform that are all the same. And I don't mean inspired by or interpreted. I mean videos with the exact text that is copied word for word, bar for bar. Yeah, those videos. This is no disrespect to those creators or anyone like them doing that type of thing. It's a way to get viral, and it's smart. It's relatable, already trending, a video to put out there confidently because 20 other people already did the exact same thing and it was well received. So that means yours will be well received, and which means people will like it and you can go viral, and you'll never ever have to feel the stress of putting something original and meaningful to you out on the internet and getting hate for it, or worse, being ignored and feeling total. Damn, slow down. Don't you want to create something with time and thought behind it? No? You'd rather repeat the same and not care about and be bothered with. Okay. I can't make you, but I will say it's much more rewarding to care.
These are both examples that I've seen in the past 3 days, and for brevity, I'm keeping it at these 2. But I'm sure there's many others. Feel free to think of your own. By all means, please do. You see, I'm provoking.
Way to cut me off there. But here's the definition I found of thoughtfulness: showing careful, deep consideration or being kind and attentive to the needs and feelings of others. When I think of thoughtfulness, I can't help but think of a world without the iPhone. Again, I'm young Gen Z. I wasn't around for that kind of time, but I know of it. Oddly enough, the first thing I think of is a typewriter. Yeah, I don't know why either, actually. Well, maybe I do. There's something so thoughtful about it to me. You type out each letter similar to a computer, but there is no backspace. It requires you to sit with your ideas and your thoughts and get it straight in your mind before you even start writing, making you think longer and harder about the subject. That video is from my friend Braylon, who owns a typewriter. She is the coolest person I know. So yeah, she owns a typewriter. There's something so human about a penned out letter to someone. Nowadays we text, but a handwritten letter shows not only a commitment of time, but a desire to talk on a topic for a while and express yourself. It's a conversation. You're locked in, you're putting the time, effort, money for stamps into it. It shows you want to do it. There's something more empathetic with a face-to-face conversation over a call. To say you're there for someone, show up, look them in the eye, and genuinely listen, receive all their words, it can't be replicated with a call. Can I contradict myself? Technology's better. No one wants to write a letter. No one wants to use a typewriter. I hope you guys still want to have face-to-face conversations. I know I do, but it's easier to call someone. Technology's better in so many ways. You know, you're just using it wrong. Maybe not you, but generally. We have so many more tools today. way more accessibility than back then, yet somehow those old methods seem more thoughtful, more human, more genuine. Why? We can literally contact someone from across the world in seconds. We can instantaneously message all of our friends. We can type out a massive script and delete it because we overthink it and we hate it all. Was that too niche? But this convenience and quickness has given way to not more empathetic, thoughtful human connection, but the opposite, which shouldn't be the case. While it's easier to have those things today, it's not as common.
Instead of controlling and making a choice for somebody, you're giving the autonomy to them. And I just feel like we need more of that. And I think thoughtfulness in everybody, regardless if it's a child or an adult or whoever it may be, the older I get, the more I start to notice that a lot of people just weren't raised with a level of thoughtfulness where you can tell that their parents or the circumstances that they were raised in were created in an environment where choices were made on their behalf. They didn't have the autonomy to make those choices, so they lack the thoughtfulness as an adult.
I agree with this creator's video, and I'd even like to point out her thoughtfulness in making the video. Her wording is thoughtful towards her audience, knowing that not everyone is brought up the exact way that she is. I had a health teacher who, instead of saying our parents, she would say our people. It's small but considerate. And while it doesn't mean so much to me, as I am a person who has both my parents and I wouldn't be affected no matter which wording that these people used, I know it affects strongly and greatly people who aren't like me. And to have that level of thoughtfulness, to think of other people's situations, that's beautiful. The other thing I'd like to touch on is it thoughtful if it is not your own thought? Well, yes, it can be. Even if it's not originally your exact thought, because let's be honest, how many original thoughts are left? You've seen those videos, I know you have. Even if it isn't originally your thought, there are aspects to being a thoughtful person or giving a thoughtful gift that aren't just about the thought. If my mother loves to cook and bake and being in the kitchen and like all that, and I gave her that, she'd love it. That's thoughtful. If my mom, on the other hand, would rather live off Kraft mac and cheese and never learn how to actually cook, that would not be a thoughtful gift. She would hate it. She wouldn't like it. If she wouldn't use it, why would that's not thoughtful. DIY is another great example because you're using supplies, resources, energy, money, time to actually make someone something specifically tailored to them and maybe their interests, or just a genuine gift that you really thought about and came up with and put the time into. Even if you buy a gift, if it's something someone will love, it's a thoughtful gift. I've seen this discourse about silver and gold jewelry, and if you get your girl something that she doesn't wear, if she's a silver girl and you get her gold, or a gold girl and you get her silver. Thoughtfulness, people. My overall definition for thoughtfulness is to not only think about the other person when you're in a given situation, but to put effort behind it. And I think this next video is a beautiful explanation of that.
The thought that counts only counts if the thought materializes. For example, if you go to pick up someone from the airport, you bring them a big gulp soda, I don't know, and it takes too long to get their bag and the ice melts in the soda. Okay, now it's a watered down soda and they don't want it. And you're like, oh, it's the thought that counts. Yes, because you actually did it. If you get there and you're like, oh, I thought about bringing you something. Okay, but you didn't. So oh, well, it's the thought that counts. No, it's not.
If you haven't recognized by now, I'm a total nerd, so I watched a TED Talk. And I think it's a good way to close this video.
So what if thoughtfulness really was that easy, applicable to any situation, by attaching a lens versus creating tasks? How much better would it be if our businesses and lives, if we pledged to slow down just enough to think in the present, control our destiny by what's happening now versus what might happen in the future. So, I ask you, be gracious, be timely, be relevant. Live in the present, move at the right speed. Think, give, thank, and heed.
Is my brother's best friend going to hold on to that card for as long as he lives? The kid took out the gift card, handed the card to his mom, and it's probably in the trash by now. But maybe if my brother thought about a genuine message to write inside, maybe his friend wouldn't always remember the card, not what was on the front or the drawing or not even the gift. But I think he would have remembered the way it made him feel.
When's the last time that you got a thoughtful gift? When's the last time you gave one? When is the last time that you put genuine, pure effort into a friendship? When's the last time you received that and felt it?
To receive, you have to give. To be a village, you have to be a villager. If kindness is free, why is thoughtfulness so rare?